Hey Angie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Tabitha. How are you?
I'm good. So, as I was preparing for today's discussion with you, I thought, maybe we should tackle one of the blockers that a lot of people come up against, especially this time of the year with all the holidays coming. People have a tendency to get a little lazy.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I'm thinking sometimes I just don't want to do the dishes at night. Is that being lazy or is that just taking time for myself? Like, how do we determine what is really being lazy? Like, what does that mean?
That's a great question because, sometimes binge watching something all day long is self-care, and other times it's being lazy. And I think that it comes down to when you know that you've got a task ahead, you've got some things that need to get accomplished, whether it be in business or for the family, or for your church or whatever, and you instead choose to binge watch something, that is being lazy. And it's a form of procrastination at that point. So, laziness can also be seen with not bothering to clean your house at all, not doing any dishes, and not really caring about anything. Um, and I think it's important for us to figure out, where is that coming from and why am I in this place of laziness? What's keeping me here?
Yeah, and I can share right now, I'm going through a change within my business. And it has literally made me, I hate to use the word lazy, but I almost feel paralyzed. Like I don't know how to move forward till after I overcome this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also some of that is me procrastinating, doing what I could be doing, and using that as an excuse as possibly being a little bit lazy.
Right, right. But like you said, we're right now towards the end of the year, in the holiday season. And I think that we are all starting to feel, oh, it's the time we're supposed to be really busy with preparing for family meals and activities and holidays and buying the gifts and all of these other things, that we do tend to drop balls about this time of year, because we don't feel like we can do them all.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like right now is the time of year in which everybody starts to get a little bit lazy. We've done a lot over the past few months. We've been busy, head down, focusing on different things, combating the other things that come up in the world, and in our own life, the stresses that have hit each one of us. And so I think for some of us, that results in the laziness, just to kind of decompress from the stress of what's happening in the world.
Yeah, and trying, I think for people are trying to figure out, we're more open now than we were last year. So the question is are we back to our normal? Like, are people going out and doing the activities? Are they doing the get-togethers? Are they doing all of that? Or are we still kind of in that, what do I do? What do I not do? I think people are still kind of wondering, where is this going? What is this going to happen? What's going to happen here? What if I want to go on vacation? Our family takes a Christmas vacation every year. Instead of buying a lot of presents, we take a vacation. And this year, the location that we normally go to has been booked solid since last year. Like
Wow.
we have not been able to find an opening, which is putting us in a position to look for a different location, which is throwing us off a little bit. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
throwing off our normal routine. And maybe that's something that people get stuck with in that routine. They get the same old, same old. We do this on Monday. We do this on Tuesday. We do this on
Right.
Wednesday. And when that gets thrown out of whack and things get shooken up or shaken up, per se, maybe people just stop. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I think people are also kind of wondering, is there another shoe that's going to drop?
Mm,
Am I going to get started back in my own life and creating my own new normal only to have something stop me again? And the answer is possibly, but it was always possibly. This is just the first time that it's been a possibly on a global scale.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what has taken all of us and just thrown us into this, I don't know, feeling of chaos because we don't know what's coming next globally. Because it impacts all of us, regardless of where it's happening around the world. It impacts all of us because we're all watching and it's like, well, if they can do it over there, when's it going to happen here?
Yeah.
And so we begin to hold that all inside, but it's time for us to let it go and know that we can't control what's going to happen there, but I sure can control what's happening here.
Yeah. And we've got 1 minute left. So as we wrap up this 7-minute mentoring this week, what is one suggestion you have for overcoming being lazy?
For myself, the one thing that I love to do is sit down at night and make a list of everything that I need to do the next day. So I go through my calendar. What appointments do I have? I look at what does the family need for me to do? What do I need to do in the business? And I get it all written down. So it's on a piece of paper and out of my head so that I can sleep real well.
Okay, good. That is great. And for me, I have to do something and then take a little break. Do something and take a little break. My husband told me a couple of weeks ago, which this is a compliment, but kind of opened my eyes a little bit. He said, you are a very high achiever. You're one of these people that when it's achiever, it's up here. I'm like here. And he said, you have all these things you want to get done in this whole day. And if anything throws off your trajectory, you get all out of sorts and out of whack because I'm like this, trying to get things done. So I've learned to do something and then give myself like a 15-minute reward break where I sit, maybe watch a show, maybe just sit and do nothing to give myself that break interim in there. So, well,
that's a great idea.
Thank you for being here. I'm super excited about doing these with you and Mary Ann every week. And if any of you out there would love to talk to Angie or myself anymore about laziness or any other thing or obstacle in your life, please reach out to us. Our contact information will either be above this video, below this video, or somewhere around the video, depending upon what platform you're watching it on. So thanks so much, Angie. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Tabitha.